Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Darksiders. I'm your host, VGMKoren, and in the last one, we got the totally not a hookshot guys, and got a loading screen. Wow, that was unexpected. Anyways, in the last one we discovered we need to kill giant spiders with crab shells. Crab spiders. And thankfully, this is already the next one right here. So, the strategy remains the same. Whenever... Oh god, he turned sideways. Whenever he rears up to attack you, hit him with your... or block it, and don't get hit by it like I just did. Perfect counters are the easiest way to deal with this guy because if you don't block his attacks, he actually has a lot of very high mobility abilities. Mobility abilities? Huh. That will make your day a little bit worse than it already was. So with the second seal broken, that leaves 3 more. 2 little ones, 1 big one. Wonder what the big one could represent. It's probably a big spider, isn't it? Okay. You can skip right through this room. You don't even need to stop and pass go. You can just leave. And what you want to do is come back through the left here, grab onto this, and find yourself a champion artifact. Champion artifacts are worth more money. And you'll end up in the room with the bomb in it. Yay, bombs. It was totally useful, except not really. Let's throw a bomb at spiders, just to see what happens. I mean, I assume... I will throw this bomb at these spiders. I assume the reaction is going to be explosions of spiders. I don't think it even killed a spider. That's depressing. Well, we're gonna leave those spiders alone. They've had a long day. They words. So we are about to get to the next spider, which was the spider on the roof. How do you fight the spider on the roof? Well, you make him not be a roof spider anymore by pulling him off. And then you take his shell away because you're just really that mean. As always, do perfect blocks whenever you get the chance. And just wail into them. The easier you get these guys into a corner, the better. Because you don't want to fight them out in the open here. Like where I'm fighting this guy right now. But thankfully he is already dead. He's gone down. We will never see him again. Poor guy. A little bit of Blade Geyser magic and most of the rest of the enemies die. As you might notice, the seal isn't broken yet. I'm guessing because we have to finish this combat before it will. So let's... Oh. I guess the little spiders just don't even matter for being in combat. So with one table, he goes down, and we've broken our 3rd seal. So we're actually breaking these at an alarmingly fast rate. In any case, let's climb up this, which was the pathway I said I'd go later, and as it turns out, it's the way you get back up onto the ceiling in the first place. Told you that we'd be back. And here we are again, where the pathway fell down. Except now that we have the hook shot, abyssal chain. Now we have that, we can totally get across it. But before we do, let's go grab the treasure that I saw at the very beginning of this dungeon. And get souls of all flavors. Delicious, like, apple souls and some lemon souls, and then... What kind of fruit would the blue souls be? I don't know. I guess that just ruins my fruit analogy for souls. I'll have to make it up to you by fighting a giant spider. How about that? You pull this roof spider off, and he's so fat that he makes the floor cave in. Let's go down and fight him. Alright. Take his helmet off just like all the others before you start wailing into him. War is kind of broken OP with his ability to instantly break his combos in order to fight or to block. I mean, if I could do that, if you could just, like, stop your sword in the middle of a combo and block, you'd be awesome. But you'd probably also be worthless because, well, guns. Like, no matter how awesome you are, unless it's not redemption, Mercy is the gun's name. Unless you're using that, in which case it apparently doesn't do damage. 4 seals broken, 1 big one remains. And speaking of big ones... Oh, he's big. He's very big. That's unfortunate. And he's hungry. He totally hasn't eaten in a while, so he's got to get those carbs going. This boss is one of the silliest in the game. So whenever he starts sucking, that is his way of saying, feed me, please. So go feed him. Run around to his backside and punch him in the brain butt. That's right. This spider boss has a brain butt. So yeah. After he does his jumps, he will leap at you, as he like so, then leap back to position, he might leap again, and start sucking air again. He has learned nothing, so feed him, run around, and start stabbing him in the brain butt. Stupid spider. I mean, I guess I'd be pretty stupid too if I had a brain butt. Like all things considered, if you're a brain butt would be just the worst of both worlds. It would not be a good brain, and it would not be a good butt. It's just the worst thing, and the worst spider. And obviously, it doesn't provide a lot of intellect, since he still is more concerned with eating than he is with the fact that, you know, we're stabbing him in the brain butt. No, I'm not letting this go. Jump over the shockwaves, and then run away as he tries to tackle you. This guy is not difficult. He is probably the easiest of the various mini-bosses, I say, as he pounds me with an unexpected jump. But it's okay, because he's hungry again. Run around to his backside. We stabbed him in the brain butt. With the final seal destroyed, we have opened the way to Silitha's lair. And it's loading, apparently.
Over here.
This is the first time I've gotten load times in this game. That's just kind of bizarre. Like, that's never happened to me before, but, yeah. That's all I gotta say about that. And here we see a new enemy type. It's a Naga thing with 4 arms. Haven't we already seen a Naga type? Well, whatever. He goes up the tunnel, and we should too, because following demons is totally the safest and most reliable form of transportation. Oh. I guess not. Alright, so now I get to show off the Abyssal Scepter with enemies that aren't giant spiders. You can pull yourself to big enemies with the Abyssal Chain. Or, did I call it Abyssal Scepter a minute ago? Oh, well, whatever. You can pull yourself to enemies with the hook shot, or pull little enemies to you with the hook shot. I'm sorry, it's what it is. I'm calling it that. Kind of better than hook shot, I guess, though, since the hook shot couldn't do anything near that awesome. Could it? Are there any Legend of Zelda games where the hook shot has awesome functionality like that? Actually, the ability comes from, and this is the first place I know of it, but the game that popularized it was Devil May Cry 4, with Nero's arm that brought demons to him. It was a core part of the game, whereas here it's just kind of a thing you get towards the end of the game that, I mean, it's useful, kind of. Anyways, best way to kill skeletons is to smack them with the giant sword and then pull them back to you. Actually, that's probably the worst way to kill skeletons. I'm sorry. That was easily the least effective thing I've done this fight. Alright, so this Naga we've got on the ropes. Let's go ahead and stab him a lot with our giant sword. Even he doesn't take, like, food breaks in the middle of a fight. What was Mr. Brainbutt thinking? But we've killed all the spiders. So, that guy just died in the middle of a wall. I'm glad that walls don't prevent a good death animation. That would be tragic, truly. Alright. So beat this guy up. Beat this guy up. have I just beat everyone up? We're getting to the point where I don't have a whole lot left to say about the combat in this game because, well, we've been doing the same kind of combat for a few hours now, and Darksiders' weakness is that even though it offers so many different types of gameplay, it just doesn't elaborate on each of them enough. So you end up kind of feeling hack and slashy, and the dungeons don't feel quite as difficult, and no, I'm not going to fight these guys not in chaos form. Deal with that. Oh, and there are two of them. Even more reason not to deal with it. Alright, so, can we finish them off before we run out of chaos form? Yes, we can. And with all the demons killed, we can finally get back up to where we were supposed to go in the first place, I think. Oh, there's something I want to bring to your attention here. This is a secret treasure chest, and one you'd probably miss. It's War's Glory. Let's go ahead and look at that, because that is a legendary enhancement. It increases the chaos gained by Chaos Eater, it increases chaos gained by other melee weapons, drastically increases the amount of weapon experience gained, increases the duration of chaos form, and I forgot to look at the last one, drastically increases weapon damage. I'm not going to use this, and, well, actually I might, but I would like comments down below whether you think I should use this or not, because it does make combat go a lot faster. It's like getting an ultimate sword, but it also might make the combat in the game a little too easy. But at this point, do you really care? You know what? I'll put it on after this dungeon, because I want to show Silitha how she's supposed to be fought, and you usually wouldn't fight her with War's Glory unless you already knew it was there. Because what are you doing? Why are you running into a wall? Why is my frame rate dropping to nothing? Sorry about that. Oh. I'm not pitiful, I'm awesome. And you're awesome, and everyone is awesome. It's awesome. So he's dead. As always, these guys do 2 attacks in that sideways sweep, which is the only attack you can block. And what that means is that you really need to block both, because otherwise you're just going to get hit while you're trying to counterattack. So here are some angels, and they're just throwing a lot of combat at us all at once. That's unfortunate. Well, I guess it's okay. Wow, that attack... I really need to get into using that combo more. It generates a lot more chaos and does a lot more damage than the regular combo. Alright, new resolution. Won't use the basic combo anymore. So with him dead, is there anything left? Of course there is. It's this guy we fought in this room before. Or wait, it wasn't this room. And I prefer using chaos form to take this out because, honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't like fighting him without it, basically. And so, if you look over to the left and see that there was once a treasure chest over there, even though it totally didn't show it, you might realize we're back where we need to be in Silitha's lair, which is excellent. So, let's go say hi, shall we? That is a lot of web. I know you're awesome and beefy and muscular, War, but I don't believe that you could have taken that web out that easily. Okay, so we're on our way to the boss's lair, and this has been a really kind of fun dungeon. I just like the overall architecture of this place a lot, actually. It's just kind of a ruined city instead of anything else.
Silitha's lair must lie beyond that sticky barrier. Let's finish this.
Alright. I have to do as the Watcher says.
You honor me with your presence, horseman. There are so many stories about you. You have killed 3 of the Chosen, taken their hearts. Disturbing. Is that why you have come? To slay the final Tower Guardian? To take my heart? Did Samael tell you how he came to bear his tainted blood? Why his accursed power beats within our breast? It is not the tower that the Chosen protect, horsemen. Our charge is to prevent Samael's return at any cost. You may kill me and return to Samael with my heart, but in him, you will face a threat greater than all the Chosen combined.
I did not come for your counsel, Spider, or your stories.
My children will dance to the music of your screams.
Well, that's just not nice. And, oh no, Samael's gonna betray us? Oh no, I couldn't have seen that plot twist coming. It totally wasn't obvious. Oh god, it's a teleporting spider. I am pursuing like 3 lines of thought at the same time. This is Silitha, the giant teleporting spider broodmother of the spiders. And her main form of attack is jumping in the air and falling on you. And also yelling at you. And the Watcher has something to say.
She's toying with you, horseman. Finish her.
Thank you, Watcher, for your invaluable counsel on how to fight this boss. I don't know what I'd do without you. Alright, so, what's there to say about Silitha? You want to use the Abyssal Chain to get up to her, because otherwise you will move way too slow. And she's going to teleport around everywhere, on the ceilings, on the walls, and, then she's going to bite you. And it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. Oh, big spider.
It'll be over soon.
She is probably the most taunting of the bosses, which is probably good, since we haven't really talked to a boss since Tiamat, actually. The other two didn't talk. Also, is it strange? Is it just me, or were most of the Chosen females? That's kind of interesting, because I know Griever is mentioned as female, and obviously these two are. And the longer this fight goes on, the faster she teleports. Until she's pretty fast. But don't let that bother you. Just dodge out of the way of her attacks, and hit her when you can. It will be over soon. Maybe. Please be over soon. I don't want to fight a giant teleporting spider anymore. I do not want this.
You'll never take my heart.
She's now on the ceiling, so let's watch those things. Hey look, they're hookshot / Abyssal Chain points. Aren't they? Looks like they should be. Oh god, they're bombs. They're bombs is what they are. And she stays on the ceiling. Come down from there. Or don't. Okay, I think these actually are hookshot point. Abyssal Chain points. Yes, they are. So leap to one of them, and leap to Silitha. And that was the most violent kill yet. With that done, we have a new life stone and the final heart of the Chosen.
Samael will be waiting for the last heart. You think he's going to let you live long enough to collect on your end?
I don't know. Silitha certainly didn't seem to think so. By opening this door, we discover that the entrance to Silitha's lair is the exit of the dungeon. I don't know why, I just really like that. It's just cool to be like captured and have to escape your way out of the entrance. In any case, now we need to head back to Volgrim and, you know, teleport back and see Samael and give him the last heart. Go to the tower and end this once and for all. But for now, because we did just finish off this 4th dungeon, and because, well, it's going to be interesting to see what Samuel thinks, I think I'm going to have to keep you in suspense, and see you in the next one.